Right. So, as I was saying, I would want to welcome you all to yet another session of Big Bull Ki Pathshala. And I would want to wish all of you a very happy new year. I hope this new year brings a lot of success, a lot of prosperity, a lot of growth, and basically everything good except for Corona. So, with the new year comes new chances of growth, new opportunities that wait our way. So, our today's session is also focused on that. In our today's session, we will be discussing about ample of management courses as well as entrances that wait your way this year at an undergraduate level. So, we will be discussing everything right from IPM to SET to NPAT to CUET. So we'll be discussing about all of these courses in depth. We will be discussing about what your strategy should be when you're preparing for these exams. And of course, because they are accompanied with your 12th standard boards, so how do you strike a balance between your preparation? So if you're somebody who's aspiring to pursue a career in management, begin a career in management, this is a very essential session for you. Now, as we all know, experience is important in everything. So, to guide us through this discussion, we have a very special guest with us tonight. He has appeared for all these entrance exams that I have just named, right from IPMAT, GIPMAT, CUET, SET, and all these exams. Has appeared to all of them and has to NMIMS Mumbai. So allow me to introduce to you Mr. Mayank Agarwal. Hi, Mayank.
Hi everyone. So my name is Mayank Agarwal. I am currently in NMIMS Mumbai right now in first year. And my favorite subjects are economics, marketing. Yeah, that's all about me.
Okay, so we'll be starting with the first round, which we very popularly call getting to know you. So now that he has introduced himself, so why don't you tell us something about your background, Mayank? Where are you from? What does your family do? A little bit about yourself.
So I am basically from Pali, that is nearby Jodhpur.
Okay.
So I am from Jodhpur, Rajasthan. And my family, I live in a joint family. So there are too many people around me when I am there, and too many supportive hands behind me. If I do anything wrong, then they are with me. And वही थोड़ी टांग खिंचाई भी चलती रहती है साथ साथ में.
So they're only
That's all.
with you when you do something wrong, or they're also with you when you do something right.
Yeah. So that's my family.
Okay. And what are your hobbies, Mayank? What do you like to do in your free time?
Actually, I like to do everything in my free time. I
Mm-hmm.
like to explore new things. I like to do everything that I haven't done yet,
Mm-hmm.
like playing sports, indoor games, listening music, learning new business strategies,
Uh-huh.
learning new things. I mean, everything. Like to do everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what are your current hobbies? What are you busy with nowadays when you're not studying or when you're not at the college or the university? What do you do then?
I love to read books,
Okay.
some novels, some interesting novels. And my favorite ones are business novels. Yeah. I love to read those.
Okay.
And I like entrepreneurship. So I watch shows like Shark Tank.
All right.
And अदरवाइज तो बस टाइम ही नहीं मिलता है तो ऐसे ही पूरा हो जाता है असाइनमेंट्स एंड पीपीटीज एंड प्रेजेंटेशंस ऑल
Right. College is a whole new world, right? From your comfort zone
या
to college, it's different. Okay. So, Mayank, if you're supposed to describe yourself in one word, what would that word be?
describe myself in a word I will say that I'm bit enthusiastic.
Okay, so you call yourself enthusiastic. That's good. That's great. Okay, तो अब मैं एक थोड़ा इंटरव्यू वाला क्वेश्चन पूछने वाली हूँ क्योंकि ये एक इंटरव्यू है. The most common question that you get. So, Mayank, what are your strengths and weaknesses according to you?
According to me, my strengths are I'm very passionate about what I do,
Okay.
and I'm very focused in what I want to do and what I am doing right now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And talk about my weakness is that I do too many things at a time. And at the end of the day, I am unable to arrange something for me at a point of time.
Right.
I
Right.
I do extra courses and that and that and that, and at the end of the day आज बहुत थक गया and कुछ हो नहीं पाया productive ऐसा लगता है. That's why.
So you
Yeah.
are I mean you find prioritizing difficult. आप prioritize नहीं कर पाते वो चीजें, right? You want to do everything at
Yeah.
once.
Yeah.
Right, that is the quality of a true genius, Mayank. Right, that is how geniuses are made, if I may put it that way. Okay, so Mayank, do you have any siblings?
Yeah. I have one. He's in IIT Guwahati right now. Last
Oh,
year.
that's amazing. What is he pursuing there?
BTech in civil branch.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So you have an elder brother, right?
Yeah.
So what is your relationship with your brother? Are you always fighting or are you supporting each other? What is the equation between both of you?
So it's an amazing story. Earlier we used to fight a lot.
Okay.
Means देखते ही झगड़ने का है
Uh,
और कुछ नहीं. And now after he left home and now I left home, we
uh-huh.
used to be like the pure-hearted brothers at a
Right,
point.
right, right.
Because मिलने नहीं मिलता है बहुत क्योंकि
Mhm.
अब वो अलग है मैं अलग हूँ
Uh-huh.
और timing issues.
Right,
That's why. Otherwise, whenever I call him, मेरे को कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा है and he will always be supporting me. Yeah.
right, right. So your brother must have left home पहले क्योंकि वो बड़े हैं तो वो पहले गए होंगे.
Yeah.
So how was your reaction? How did you cope up to that? Because I remember I have a younger brother as well. He's 3 years younger to me. So when I moved to college, when I was in the hostel in my first year of graduation, he was like heartbroken because we used to do everything together. Both of our parents are working, so we have spent a lot of time together. So he was devastated. He had to do everything on his own because he was the younger one, more pampered one, right? So you're that one in your family. So how did you take the entire thing?
Actually, my brother left 6 years ago
Okay,
and he left just to Jodhpur,
okay.
just one hour of distance. So कभी भी मिलना होता था तो हम मिल लेते थे. प्रॉब्लम तब आई तब he went to Guwahati to IIT.
Right, right.
Then I said स्टार्टिंग में लगा कि अब नहीं मिलने मिलेगा बट कोरोना थैंक्स टू कोरोना हम एवरी टाइम साथ में रहे हैं.
Right, right,
मैं
right,
छोड़ा लेकिन नहीं छोड़ा.
right,
We can say
right.
that. Yeah.
कोरोना का बेनिफिट भी रहा है, there's been advantage also, there's been disadvantage also. दोनों चीजें रही है साथ में, है ना?
Yeah.
चलिए, so let's move to our second round now. The second round is called purely professional. So let's talk a little bit business now. So what was your stream in 12th standard, Mayank?
My stream was maths with commerce with maths.
Commerce
I
with
love to do maths. Yeah, that's
Okay, okay. And did you always want to pursue a career in management, or was it something that came to you when you were in your 12th standard?
no. I always want to pursue my career in management
Mhm.
and I always want to do a business in
Okay,
future
right.
since my childhood because I see business in my family. My father is a businessman. So
Okay.
I see around me businessmen and we can say that उनसे inspire हूँ कहीं ना कहीं. Yeah, that's why I want to do business and I know that commerce field is going to help me in reaching that at after 10th. So I took commerce, and maths is my favorite subject. So I
Mhm.
took maths with commerce. In 12th, I knew that BBA, BCom, and these are all fields. So I took BBA because I found BBA interesting and
Mhm.
more practical approach
Right.
to, yeah. So I took BBA as my career option. Then I searched for colleges, entrances, and then I found Hitbullseye, and
Right.
my career starts. Yeah,
Right. So basically, business आपके खून में है, if I put it that way. Right. It
yeah,
runs
yeah,
blood.
totally. Yeah.
Also, a very like a very rare thing that you hear from students is that you liked maths. Like I sucked at maths when I was in school. I was just waiting कि मैं कब छोड़ पाऊँ maths, because till 10th it is a permanent subject. It's a compulsory subject, right? But you liked maths. That's good. That's what I'm saying. खून में है business.
Yeah.
Okay, so on a general basis, Mayank, what is the source of motivation? What inspires you, to proceed in management apart from your family business? Of course, is there one particular individual or a person who you look up to when you talk about or when you look at your profession in management?
So my Dadaji always say me to that. अगर तेरे पापा जॉब करते ना तो आज अपने पास ये घर नहीं होता.
Right, right.
And that line कहीं ना कहीं inspire me, and I saw my family growing from the base to the root to the level that
Mhm.
that we are currently on. So yeah, that's is the growth. I see that business से ही growth होता है, and business is like business ही करना है. Job is like working under someone, and I don't like that. Yeah,
Right, right. So you want to be self-employed.
yeah.
Okay, so now we're talking about this. So, what, according to you, Mayank, is the biggest advantage of pursuing a career in management apart from being self-employed? What do you think is other advantages of it?
In business, you learn everything. If you
Mhm.
do a job, basically, if you compare job and business, if you do a job,
Mhm.
then you do a job under a particular thing like marketing, HR, and sales, logistics, everything, every department you work under a particular department, and
Mhm.
you learn those skills only. In business, you have to work under every department. If you start your own venture,
Mhm.
startup, you know each and every skills of marketing, sales, PR, logistics, everything you know. Then
Mhm.
you can do a business. If you don't know, then you can't. And risk management, you learn everything in business.
Right.
So I love that.
Right, right. All right. So, what I have seen, Mayank, is not a lot of people are aware about all these numerous management entrances that you have at UG level. For example, IPMAT, for example, said they're not aware about it. That is why the competition at UG level is comparatively lesser if I compare
Yeah.
it to somebody who's doing it at the post graduation level. Right. So, where did you come to know about all of these exams? What was the source of information? Did you explore it on your own on internet, or was there somebody who guided you through it? Or how was it?
So basically, there is also a story behind it.
Uh-huh.
And after coming to 12th, I
Mhm.
think कि अब तो कुछ देखना पड़ेगा आगे कौन सा कॉलेज लेना है एंड वगैरह. And my mentor, my Didi,
Mhm.
was there at my home place.
Okay.
So I asked her that क्या करना चाहिए, इंडिया का सबसे बेस्ट कॉलेज कौन सा है
Hmm.
बीबीए के लिए.
Huh.
Then she answered that बीबीए के लिए आईआईएम है, लेकिन उसमें अपन को 95 96% चाहिए.
Hmm.
दैट इज द वे टू मच.
Uh-huh.
उसको रहने दे, अपन दूसरा देखते हैं, ऐसा करके
Hmm.
आंसर. एंड आफ्टर फ्यू डेज पास्ट, आई सर्च के कुछ करना तो है, और करना टॉप से ही है वो, मतलब स्टार्टिंग से था दिमाग में.
Huh.
देन आई सर्च ऑन गूगल, लाइक आईपीमैट होता है, बहुत वो टफ वर्क होता है. Then I found somewhere eligibility criteria that
Hmm.
is 60%. Then I
Hmm.
called at the same time my दीदी कि
Hmm.
दीदी ऐसा है. Then
Hmm.
दीदी told कि कर ले तू preparation.
Hmm.
Then I asked my father to join. to pay the fees of the Hitbullseye and all that stuff. And yeah, that's how it starts.
Right. So har ek ke liye there's somebody who guides you, right? That's why I feel a lot of
Yeah,
people are not aware about, because they don't have a source of guidance, somebody jo bata sake ki how you can go ahead. And also I feel, Mayank, it's very important कि आपका vision clear होना चाहिए, because you know new 12th standard में कि हाँ मुझे ये करना है, so you could take decisions accordingly. I have seen so many people who are very indecisive, जिनसे decide ही नहीं होते, they're not clear कि करना क्या है. So I believe vision is also very important. Only then can you seek help जब आपको पता है कि आपने किस direction में जाना है. I think you'd agree with me, right?
yeah. Even I have seen many जिनका vision clear नहीं है, and after taking science, they are coming to this background and they are struggling. Why we have taken science? Why we have took science earlier?
Right.
Okay. We have seen many people around. Yeah.
Right. So with that question, we have ended the second round. Let's move to the third round, that is called Happy to Help, जहां पर मयंक हमें थोड़ा ज्ञान देंगे कि हम कैसे तैयारी कर सकते हैं from his own experience, right? So my first question, and I think it is a very common question that a lot of people जो 2023 के लिए aspire करे for different exam दिए होगा, how should one strike a balance between the preparation for his or her board exams and all these entrance exams? Because the syllabus is very different. चलिए, English I can understand common हो सकता है, maths common हो सकता है, topics like logical reasoning or current affairs is very different, right? And you need to score good in your boards as well, because they require certain minimum scores in your board exams as well. So how did you, because you did appear for so many entrances, so what was your strategy? How did you strike a balance between your board exams and all these management entrance exams?
So how much time is left for IPMAT?
It should be happening in the month of May.
Okay, so we can say 4-5 months are there for students who are watching now, and yeah. So I started in, we can say, October
Mm-hmm.
about searching and all, and I searched about Hitbullseye and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I started searching about all IPMAT, JIPMAT, all that stuff. Hitbullseye भी मिल गया मेरे को, and I started my preparation. Then I got to know that boards में इस बार 2 terms होने वाले हैं,
Mm-hmm.
term 1 and term 2 boards.
Mm-hmm.
And in November, I I have to give pre-boards. In December, I have to give boards. In January, I also have to give pre-boards again. And in around March, boards there. But वो postponed होते we have given boards in June, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. So the boards ka pressure is always on my head, on the top of my head. But
Right.
I prioritized that time that I have to give only focus on IPMAT only.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
IPMAT, NPAT, all that competition, I have to focus on that only.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And I kept my 12th studies aside. कि ये तो हो जाएगा, and I found that very easy. That 12th is very easy. वो तो साइड में हो जाएगा, मतलब नहीं पढ़ेंगे तो भी पास तो हो जाएंगे, 60% तो आ ही जाएंगे, कर लेंगे, ऐसा
Right.
मेरे दिमाग में था उस टाइम.
Right.
And I was like क्लियर करना है, IIM जाना है, ऐसा IIM इंदौर का था दिमाग. Then one day I'm searching about IIM Indore and all that. Then I got to know that IIM Indore is not offering BBA.
Mm-hmm.
IIM Indore is offering BA plus MBA.
Mm-hmm.
And I am focused that मेरे को करना BBA ही है. And BA in something finance, I guess. So finance, I don't like at all. I don't like accounts. Yeah. That's why I don't want to go IIM Indore. I prioritize that I am okay with IIM Rohtak.
Right.
And after that, so I am Jammu both गया से तो better is NMIMS.
Mm-hmm.
So I prioritize that NMIMS. So boards and this I completely, there is no like balancing. You have to prioritize one at a time. You can't study both
Right.
according to me. You have to prioritize at a period of time, at a point of time, something. If
Right.
you want to score 90 plus in your boards, you have to prioritize your boards. If you want to be the part of these top universities, you have to prioritize your competition first. And I do that only. I prioritize my competition. I study hard. I daily, matlab, if I study 3 hours a day, I started studying 9 to 10 hours a day.
Mhm.
Okay? And I have to be focused. Like I have watched many videos of my seniors who are in IM and NMAT. Like they are watching me now. So they inspired me a lot.
Right, right.
Their life, their aim about future, what they are going to do, and that is my motivation. And that is not कि जो कभी भी धीरे हो जाए. My motivation is full on mode, on था. And
Right,
I am इंदौर, I am रोहतक, ये सब की वीडियोस देखा. And motivation की कोई मतलब वो कमी नहीं थी कहीं पे भी. I am
right,
fully motivated at that time.
right, right,
And I started my studies. At November, I gave pre-boards.
right.
And in pre-boards, I got very bad marks. Then I think कि अब मेरे को बोर्ड्स के लिए पढ़ना पड़ेगा. Then
Hmm.
I prioritize my boards then. I think that is my mistake to prioritize boards because I am getting around 70%, yeah, 75% in pre-boards. And I have to be like around 85 तो आने ही चाहिए, 80, 85 to be average marks in boards. Then I prioritize my boards, then left the competition, exams, studies aside.
Hmm.
And that phase is not good for me if I think as of now because I am Rohtak is not in my hand. Yeah. So after that boards, I started again with the same pace in January to February because in February we have pre-boards again for the March boards. But unfortunately, the boards are not in March. They are kept, kept going. March to April, April to May, May to June. Then we finally gave our boards in June. So yeah, I am very unbalanced that time. But yeah, my
Right,
Didi supported me a lot.
right,
I have problem at 12 o'clock at night. I called her.
right,
दीदी ये प्रॉब्लम आ रही है बताओ मैं क्या करूँ अब.
right,
Even I asked for subjects what I have to study. I
right,
asked her that cons का ये हो गया है, लॉजिकल रीजनिंग का ये हो गया है, एंड इसका ये हो गया है. तो व्हाट शुड आई डू?
right,
एंड शी टोल्ड मी दैट अब ये पढ़ ले, कल ये पढ़ लेना. देन ऐसा सब भी मैं आई आस्क्ड हर
right.
व्हेन that all not in a good mode. Somewhat you can't be like always on. Somewhat lows and downs, ups and downs are coming on. So
Right.
at downs, she supported me a lot, a lot.
All
Yeah.
right. That's really good. That's really great. All right. So the people who don't know about IPM, let me give you a little brief about it. So IPM stands for Integrated Program and Management. There are around 5 IMs that offer you this course. Apart from that, we have TAPMI, Bangalore, who offer you this course. So it's basically BBA plus MBA, right? Except for one IM, which offers you the BA course. So there are three entrance tests that you have for this particular course, that is IPM. One is called IPMAT, which is conducted separately by Indore and Rohtak, and the other one is JIPMAT that gives you admission into IIM Bodh Gaya, IIM Jammu, and IIM Ranchi. So these are three different entrances that you have for for the IPM course, right? Now, if I talk about the syllabus for all these three exams pretty much remain the same, with just one difference. In the IPMAT exam conducted by Indore, you do not get the section for logical reasoning. You have two sections dedicated to quant and one section on English. Apart from that, JIPMAT and the exam conducted by Rohtak, IPMAT exam conducted by Rohtak, all these have three sections. That is your English, your maths, and logical reasoning. These are the three subjects. So this is an aptitude test. This aptitude test is followed by the PI round. So that brings me to my next question to you, Mayank. So how was your experience appearing for the PI round for these IMs? Did you appear for them? Because I understand that the people who are appearing for an interview right after their 12th standard, it is a first experience of a real interview, right? You've never had an interview before. So how was your experience, if you could describe it for our audience?
Yeah. So my was the same that many people have. I have interview phobia
Mm-hmm.
because we have not given interview earlier.
Right.
And I had interview phobia. I was like, there was a panel, they were asking me questions, and was I should answer. My hands that time shivered like this. What
Uh-huh.
I should answer next,
Right.
and it kept going on. After coming to NMIMS, I with okay with camera. Now I'm very fine with all these systems. And my interview experience, I gave interview with Christ University, Tapni University, IILM. There are many other. I'm not shortlisted for IIM Indore and Rotterdam. And JITMAT don't have interview round. Same
Right.
with NPAT. NPAT don't have interview round. They
Right.
just select on the entrance basis.
Right.
So yeah, my interview experience was my first experience actually.
Right.
So I don't know what to answer.
Right.
And ILM was a private university, so they were ready to take everyone.
Right.
Okay. So Christ University interview was like they were showing that they were not interested in taking me and बोल के बताओ क्या बोल सकते हो.
Yeah.
Their attitude is like that. क्या
Right.
बोल सकते हो तुम बोल के बताओ, बस तुमको पिच करना है, अपने आप को बेचना है, वाली बात है
Right.
कि तुम
Right.
क्या बोल सकते हो वो बोल के बताओ.
Hmm.
And I was like, they were asking me questions, giving me situations. My interview was very, and like just 5 minutes or just 7 minutes interview. They
Mm-hmm.
asked me around 10 to 15 questions. I was like, answer diya, nahi diya, atka, next question.
Right. Right.
And that was really a very bad experience for me.
Right.
And after that, I practiced a lot for next interview rounds, and
Right.
I do pretty well in that. Yeah.
So basically, what happens is, if I talk about especially the interviews by IMs, is that of course all of them know that this is your first interview that you're appearing for. You are a fresher, you have not appeared for an interview, so they look at it from that perspective. So their focus is not on the accuracy, कि आप कितना सही answer दे रहे हो या कितना accurate answer दे रहे हो. Their focus is on your knowledge first of all, that how much aware are you. Second is your confidence. How confident are you answering to the question जिसका आपको आंसर भी नहीं पता, because there have been incidences क्या होता है that, let's say for example, they asked you about your hobby, so you said, okay, I like cricket or I enjoy cricket a lot. They would start asking you questions in depth about cricket, like were you lying or was it actually your hobby. So you have to be very careful about what you're presenting, what you're saying, because you will be cross questioned on the basis of that only. So you need to be very, very confident for the people who would be appearing for the PI round in future. Guys, be very confident, be as confident as you can. Even if you don't know the answer, that's not the end of the world. Tell them that, okay, I don't know the answer to this, but I'm curious to know, could you please tell me about it, right? So it's all about confidence, it's all about being honest, it's all about knowing what you're saying, knowing yourself, self-awareness, right, Mayank?
Yeah.
Okay, and
Confidence is the only. Sorry to interrupt you. Yeah.
yeah, please
Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
According to me, confidence is the only key to crack the interview.
Right, right, right.
I know my experience. Yeah, I told some just that all that I love cricket and all. They asked me some questions about cricket, and I
Mhm,
just watch as my. I like to watch them. I
mhm.
don't know about their statistics and the players' background and all. They asked me that, and I don't know the answer. That I told I don't know. Then we go forward. Yeah.
That was all about the IPM, that is Integrated Program in Management. Let's move to SET and NPAT now. So SET is the entrance test to get admissions into the various management courses at UG level for Symbiosis, and NPAT is for Narsimunji, that is NMAT. So it has various campuses around the country. So they have their own entrance test. So Mayank here appeared in both of them, and he has made his way to NMIMS Mumbai. So my question to you, Mayank, is I know that the syllabus is pretty much common for all of these exams. There's no much major difference. There might be certain difference in the marking scheme, maybe, or the number of questions, or the sectional timing, or the sectional mark. But overall, on a broader term, the syllabus pretty much is the same. So I would want to know from you, what according to you was the difference between SET and NPAT?
So the first major difference between SET and NPAT is the GK, and the levels are mostly the same.
Right.
NPAT and SET levels are same.
Right.
mostly all same.
Mhm.
And SET have less number of questions, NPAT have many. SET
Mhm.
is less timing.
Mhm.
NPAT is also wanted to know how much you can be at a particular period of time. मतलब आप कितनी देर बैठ के पेपर दे सकते हो,
Right.
NPAT ये भी देखना चाहता है.
Right.
I talked to my teachers of NMMS. They
Right.
told me like we were just taking that how intellectual you are, like solving logical reasoning, how
Right.
quicker you are in solving quants,
Right.
how knowledgeable you are in grammar while solving verbal. So I talked about that. And they told me this only. And set experience of mine is pretty much good. I
Right.
give set. I'm selected in symbiosis.
Mhm.
I don't got Pune branch, but I got that Noida and some other branches.
Right. Right.
So I didn't go for them because I got NMMS Mumbai.
Mhm.
And I took decision at that time because that result came first and I
Right.
have to pay the fees. So I
Mhm.
have to take the decision should I pay the fees or not. Then
Right.
I called someone in Hitbullseye, some teacher in Hitbullseye, and I asked her. And she asked me then, what do you think that you are going to selected in NMIMS? Or
Mhm.
what do you think you are going to select in IM?
Mhm.
And I told I'm very much confident that I'm going to select in IM
Mhm.
because I am clearing last year cutoff plus 40 marks.
Right. Right. Right.
Like if we assume that last year cutoff is 100, I'm getting
Mhm.
140 marks, then I'm pretty sure that I'm going to clear IM. And I'm very confident. I told my family that I'm going to IM, packing start kar do and all that stuff.
Right.
But
Right.
unfortunately, the cutoff was around 60 to 80 marks higher than last year.
Right.
And it breaks all my assumptions about what
Right.
I'm thinking about future and all. Then after few days, NMIMS result came.
Hmm.
I got Bangalore branch and all that in
Hmm.
BBA.
Okay.
And I got NMIMS Mumbai because I have applied for only BBA International Business Grant.
Okay. Mhm.
So I got in NMIMS Mumbai because BBA IB branch is only there in Mumbai branch only. And
Right.
other branches, Bangalore, and they are only providing with BBA General
Mhm.
degree. And my degree is, I'm in CIS right now in NMIMS. My degree is dual degree program. They
Right.
offer a lot of opportunity. They provide degree BBA International Business from NMIMS Mumbai and BBA Honors degree from Kingston University London.
Right.
So we are going in London for in third year.
Right.
So in 2025, we will be in London for
Right.
BB honors degree.
Amazing.
So in uh, uh, while giving that, uh, my profile will be stronger that I have 2 countries of experience, and I am doing right now that like I am a treasurer of my sports club, and I am doing all that stuff. I'm taking participate in my college events and all. So yeah,
I
I'm building
must
my
say,
profile.
I must say, I'm really impressed the amount of knowledge that you have about everything. Like, I have interviewed a lot of guests before, right? None of the students are so well in depth informed about so many things. I'm really happy that you have so much of awareness about your future and about how it is going to add credibility to your name, to your resume. That's really impressive. And I'm glad that I invited you over because you're able to help so many people out there who are still in conflict about a couple of things. So that's amazing. Now, talking about SET and NPAT, Mayank, do they also have a VAT round followed? Like, for example, in IIMs, you have writing ability test. Do SET and NPAT also have VAT?
In symbiosis, I guess that year have VAT round, but I didn't go for it, VAT and PI round, because
Mhm.
I got from NMMS Mumbai offer. So I didn't appear for that only.
Right.
And in NMMS, there are no such rounds.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
All right. So I hope everybody out there has some clarity about IPM, about SET, about NPAT. about IPMAT, CHIPMAT. Now, I would want to, with the help of Mayank, bust a couple of myths that people have about these exams. So these myths are based on some of the frequently asked questions that we get from students from our branch also at Hitbullseye, or otherwise also the very common questions or queries that people have. So the first and the most important, I think, myth that people have amongst themselves is that only a commerce student or only somebody from a commerce background can appear for the management exams. That's absolutely false. Anybody from any background can appear for all these management exams, provided you are qualifying the minimum requirement of marks in your 12th boards. So it does not really matter whether you're from a non-medical background, from arts background, from commerce background. It does not matter. You should have a valid 12th standard degree with a minimum of 50 or 60% as per the requirement of the said institute, right? Second most common myth that people have is that they should have maths in their 11th and 12th class to go ahead and do management or pursue a course in management. Yes, it helps you a little bit because you get higher maths in IPMAT and the IPM courses. But if you're somebody who did not have commerce in your 12th class, it is not the end of the world, guys. You can appear for the exams because there is negative marking in these exams. You can always skip the questions that are there that were there from the higher maths section. You can always skip them, or you can learn them. You can take coaching, you can take help from anywhere. So don't be disheartened कि अरे मेरे पास मैथ्स नहीं था 12th में तो मैं कैसे एग्जाम क्वालिफाई करूंगी, right Mayank? I think you'd agree with me on that.
Yeah, totally agree.
Okay, another very common myth that people have that also Mayank has busted is that in the IPM course, that is integrated program in management, you get a BBA degree. IIM Indore gives you a BA degree. Other IIMs, however, do give you the BBA degree, but IIM Indore gives you a BA degree of foundation of management and then plus a 2 years degree in MBA. Right? So if you think that it is a BBA plus MBA for all the IIMs, that's not true. You do not get a BBA degree from all the IIMs under the IPM program. Another very common myth that the people have is अरे मेरा तो IPM में सिलेक्शन हो गया, अब तो मैं MBA की डिग्री के साथ ही बाहर निकलूंगा. That's not right. That's not true. There is certain amount of minimum CGPA credit score that you need to maintain throughout your 3 years of graduation. Only then will you be allowed to pursue your management degree from the same IIM. Otherwise, IIM वाले आपको graduation की degree देंगे, बोलेंगे thank you so much, right? So there has to be a minimum credit score that you are supposed to maintain in your initial 3 years of graduation. And yes, you can take an exit, a voluntary exit also. Let's say that you got into IIM Jammu through CHIPMAT. Ab aap apna masters, you want to do MBA from a better IIM, from an older IIM. So you can always take your graduation degree, appear for CAT exam and switch your IIM. Right, Mayank?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So another very common myth that people have is that through IPM course, you only get a diploma and not a proper degree. That's false. You get an official proper degree. It is not like earlier it used to happen because it was not a registered course. तो आपको IGNOU की degree मिलती थी. But now after the IIM Act of 2017, all the people who are doing their IPM from an IIM will get a proper degree of 3 years graduation and 2 years post-graduation. Another very common myth that people have is about the sabbatical in IPM, that they can take sabbatical or they can't take sabbatical. It's basically that you've completed your graduation, तो आप 1 या 2 साल का gap ले सकते हैं, उसके बाद आप अपना masters continue कर सकते हैं. The sabbatical policy is not eligible in all the IIMs. It is eligible in IIM Indore, but not in other IIMs. So be very aware about that. Another very important thing that you should know, a very common myth, is only qualifying the aptitude exam, that is IPMAT or GIPMAT, मेरा काम हो गया. नहीं, that is just an aptitude test. It is followed by an interview round. It is followed by a writing ability test that you need to ace as well. Only then will your admission be finalized in the said IIM. Another very common myth, कि due to some reason I had to take a drop from after my 12th class, मुझे 1 साल या 2 साल drop out करना पड़ा, so I cannot convert an IIM through the IPMAT. That's not true. अगर आपका drop वाला case है, if you have a drop in a year in between, you can still go ahead and pursue the degree. You can still appear for the entrance test because there is no minimum there's no minimum age bar that is there, right? Just like in CAT, आपका कोई age eligibility नहीं होता. You should have just a qualification eligibility. It's the same thing with the IPM course as well. Finally, NPAT हमें सिर्फ BBA की डिग्री देता है. That's not true. They do offer you courses in BA. They do offer you courses in BBM and other degrees as well. So it is not just the BBA courses that they're offering in management. You have many other options as well. They are offering you BCom as well. So yeah, those were some of the common myths that I wanted to burst, some of the common questions that we get a lot from the students around. Anything that you would want to add, Mayank? Anything that I have missed on that you would want to add on?
Yeah, that's the only thing. And NMIMS myths are many that I should burst out that NMIMS had a huge campus. NMIMS has not. It's the only one building and the another building of Mehribai, and we are there only. So yeah, IIMS has a huge campus, NMIMS doesn't have.
Okay. All right. So now let's talk about our new exam that has recently debuted last year called CUET. Okay, so a common university entrance test as it stands for. So let me just give you a little brief about it, guys. So it is basically an entrance test to get admissions into the various colleges offering various degrees at the UG level under Delhi University and other central universities as well, right? So your 12th standard scores and your CUET score would decide your admission into the various courses offered by colleges affiliated to Delhi University. So this exam was introduced last year only. We have had a couple of sessions talking about CUET, but because there might be some people who are new or who are still unaware about it, only if you're living under a rock, तो आपको अभी तक CUET के बारे में नहीं पता होगा. Otherwise, majority of people are aware about it. So let me give you a little brief about it. Mayank here also appeared for CUET. So you basically have 3 sections. The first is the language section. Second is the section of domains, wherein you choose maximum of 6 subjects and minimum of 3 to 4 subjects. And then you have the GK round, that is section 3, which is optional. Now, every college has different combination of these subjects that they accept. For example, certain universities might want maths as a part of a combination, and some might not. Some might want GK, some might not. So you have to make a combination for CUET in such a manner that you are eligible for majority of the universities or the colleges that are offering degree at the UG level. So my question to you, Mayank, was because you were the first exam takers, right? You were amongst the batch, जिन्होंने पहली बार exam दिया. So what were your expectations and how was the exam? Was it as difficult as you expected or as easy as you expected? How was your reaction to the exam?
My reaction to the exam is as I expected. The exam was that only. I expected some part of the questions are going to be hard, and some are going to be very easy to answer, and some are mediocre questions. So the exam pattern is like that only. I selected economics, business studies, and maths as my subjects. So economics and BST have similar concepts. Some on the other hand, I like economics and I like maths. So I selected BST as a third subject, and I answered well as there. I think I lagged in verbal section. I think. Otherwise, I don't know about the results.
Okay, so
Uh,
basically about
yeah.
CUET, I'll be cutting you there, Maya. So basically about CUET, one thing that all of you should know is the syllabus is pretty much similar to what you're preparing for boards. तो आपको इसके लिए अलग से preparation करने की जरूरत नहीं है. Whatever that you're studying for your board exams, the syllabus pretty much remains the same for your CUET exam as well. So that is an advantage. But yes, you should be aware about the exam pattern. You should be aware about the marking scheme because that is something that is going to help you ahead. Right. So, did you take the GK section also for CUET, Mayank?
GK section. Yeah. The I I'm sorry that I didn't mention. I lagged in GK section also because I didn't study GK as much because IMSAT don't have GK,
Mhm,
NPAT don't have GK.
mhm.
Only symbiosis have GK. That is a small part, 16 questions only. So I didn't study GK that much because I am focusing on quants, verbal, and logical reasoning. My strongest part is logical reasoning, and I am studying that only because my strongest part is logical reasoning. I got 38 questions right out of 40. That is, I think I do well in logical reasonings. My weaker part is English, and my average part is quants. So I do that. Yeah.
Yeah. So as I was saying, the combinations would vary from person to person. So if you're somebody who's taking CUET as just an option and not something that you're majorly focusing on, so you might not take GK. See, what how it works is that you should have multiple options with you, right? So if you're somebody who wants to go ahead and do your graduation right from IIMs, then you should focus on that, right? So for keep CUET and other exams as a backup. So it basically but if you're somebody who wants to, let's say, do your graduation from Delhi University only, so you should focus on CUET and keep other exams as the backup. So it pretty much works like that. So what you prioritize as the subject would again vary from person to person. So that was different for Mayank and that might be different for somebody else. So that is how it has to be, and that is how you should be looking at things. Okay, Mayank, so now we are towards the end of this incredible session. So, what I would want to know from you, and this is my favorite question that I like to ask every guest that we have over on Big Bull Ki Pathshala, is what was your family's reaction knowing that you've made it to NMAT, means that all of your hard work has paid off and that their support has made you what you are today? So, what was your family's reaction to your success?
Was really amazing because I left out some colleges earlier. My results came earlier of IIM and I didn't got selected in Indore and Rohtak. So that time I got depressed and my family is just used to cheer me कि कोई problem नहीं है कि अभी और कॉलेजेस के एंट्रेंस के रिजल्ट आने बाकी है उसमें निकल जाएगा नहीं
Hmm.
तो और कहीं देखेंगे ऐसा करके दे यूज टू जस्ट चिल मी अप के चलो
Right.
मजे करो ऐसा सब
Right.
stuff. And after this result came of NMIMS, Mumbai, that you have got selected, I was at my Masi's home
Mm-hmm.
and my Didi is opening my phone and he's searching for that result that I am got selected or been again by some university like NMIMS Mumbai. And it's shown in green words. I still remember selected. And that scene, I'm jumping around and calling everyone, Mummy, Papa, I'm got selected, and the reaction is like, ask the party, and well, every very good reaction.
Right, right, right. That's amazing. That's amazing, man. So now that you have made it to NMIMS Mumbai, how's life now? How is your daily schedule? How does your life look now?
Yeah, so just not clearing to the entrances is making your life better. You have to work hard here also. You have to take part in many other activities except studies. Till school life, only study matters a lot. But
Mm-hmm.
now there are many other factors that matters.
Right.
Not that 90 out of 100 matters. There are your experience, your speaking skills, and many other factors that matters and that made you
Basically,
a
your
person.
co-curricular activities get added on,
Yeah,
right, apart from education. Right, right. That's amazing. So, Mayank, what are your future plans? Are you planning to have a startup? Where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
I see myself doing a business, great business, having because I have plans to start my venture after my BBA degree.
Mm-hmm.
After I get my degree, so I will do something small of my own. And
Right.
after, while in IM, I have plans like I am going to give CAT and after BBA.
Okay.
So while in IM, I am kept doing my business, but at a slow rate or kept it aside. I will focus on my studies first, and that after that I will be going to fully focus on my business. Yeah,
Right.
startup का ही plan है अभी. Yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing. और Shark Tank तो आप वैसे भी देख रहे हो, so it will help you pitch your ideas across, right? Okay, so any parting words for the aspirants, for the people who will be appearing for all these exams in the year 2023? The registration for set is already out, and PAT exams, the duration, the 75 days window has already begun. So, any parting words that you'd want to give, feedback, suggestion, recommendation that you'd want to give to our young aspirants out there who are listening to you today?
So guys, just do it. It's an amazing feeling when you see on portal that you are selected, and after life is literally amazing. In school, we see that we are studying and matlab playing also, but our main focus is on study.
Right.
Here, the environment is very different. In school, teachers are be like, "Ratta maar lo, tum bas pad lo, marks le aao." Here, it is not like that. Here, the teachers focus on personal development, and if we are selected in a university like IIMs, INMIMS, Symbiosis, then we will get the PhD teachers and they are very good in teaching. Just like बस उनके साथ एक्सपीरियंस शेयर करते रहो, केस स्टडीज पढ़ते रहो एंड बस कर लो यार तुम लोग. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Mayank. I would want to really thank you to give us your precious time to be here with us, to share your experience, to share your journey, and give very important tips and tricks for our young aspirants out there. I'm really happy that you're doing so well, and I'd want to wish you all the best for your future. I hope your startup is super successful and that you make our country proud, most importantly, and your parents proud. So thank you so much. And our audience out there, thank you so much for connecting with us today. I hope all of your questions were answered through this session. If still we have missed out on something, or there's something that you want to know about Hitbullseye or about the various courses that we've discussed today in this session, feel free to comment in the comment section. Leave a comment there and we'll make sure that we get back to you. And share this session with as many people as possible who are seeking help through YouTube. Be a medium for them. You only build yourself when you help others, right? So have a good weekend. Thank you so much. I'll meet you next week with another very interesting session of Big Bulki Pathshala. Till then, stay tuned. Bye bye. Have a good day.